have reached the semifinal stage of this college football playoff. It's time to find out who has the depth and the drive to take one huge step closer to the ultimate goal, hoisting that national championship trophy. This test is a matchup we cannot wait to see unfold. Welcome to Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. This is the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl, part of the college football playoff. As we'll see the number 12 seed in this playoff, the Oklahoma Sooners, taking on the top-seeded team in the playoff, the LSU Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler with Kirk Herbstreit. We are almost there. Time to find out who'll be headed to the national championship game. Kickoff team out there. We are about to get cranked up for the semifinal collision. Fielded in the end zone. It's a takedown. Solid coverage there. They get it at the 15. That's when the offense will take over.
And the Oklahoma offense will take over. First and 10.
Timeout called by the defense, their first of the half, as they try to make some adjustments here.
LSU.
Shotgun formation. Here's an inside give.
Great offenses are able to stay ahead of the chains, and runs like that on first down are exactly what I'm talking about. Now you have a lot that you can call here on this second down.
Now it's second down here. Handoff from the shotgun. It's a nice wrap up there by the junior.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively. But I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space, still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
Moves the ball to the 25, good enough for a first down.
Hey, Chris, if you look at where this drive started, it's a nice first down to be able to give them just a little bit more breathing room here and be able to really get down to how they want to attack this defense here early in the game.
Handoff here from the shotgun. Got the first down and still motoring. They get him down, but the game moves the ball over the 36.
Chris, Oklahoma has had their run of quarterbacks and receivers in recent years, and we know they can throw the football. But anybody goes back to Barry Switzer and Bud Wilkinson, you know that Oklahoma is all about their ability to have a running game. Beautiful play right there, and I know the Sooner fans are proud of that one.
Offense getting set. Second down play here. Running back with the football. Oh, and he fumbles. Scooped up in the defense.
That is just a tough break for this back. His first chance in a game, and he immediately fumbles. I hope that's not it for him today.
Heads-up move by the head coach using that challenge. Officials will reverse the call on the field after taking a closer look. Offense looking to convert on third and short from the 42. Can they make the yardage or face a tricky fourth down decision? Grab down the middle. It's Gibson. They move the ball to 48 and earn a fresh set of downs.
Oh, the defense. They get this offense to a third down early in the game, a chance to get him off the field, but instead this quarterback shows you why they've had such a great year with a conversion.
They'll try the ground game here with the running back.
Hey, listen, you don't always have to have big plays to be successful. It's a nice, solid gain here. Keeps you on schedule, and you get ready for that next play.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Takes the handoff again. Slams right into a wall. They got him for a loss.
Boy, great job by this defense on this second down run. Just stonewalled him at the line of scrimmage. Now they get a chance to really pressure the quarterback here, try to get off the field.
Strong opening drive. This is play number 9, but it's third down now. He'll hand it off. He stopped short of the marker, so it's fourth down now. The Sooners will line up to kick it away. And he should be able to pin them back deep here with his first punt. That takes a big bounce and rolls all the way into the end zone for a touchback. And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. Has the first down and more. That'll pick up a first down. They'll spot it at the 38.
Chris, I know we think about LSU. We go back to 2019. Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson. That dynamic offense. But at the end of the day, it's still LSU. It's still the SEC. And ground and pound is something they will never move away from. Great job here, and move the sticks.
On first down, why not keep it on the ground? Tackle, but only after picking up a fresh set of downs.
Well, just a great play by the running back here. Just finding his lanes and exploding through the gap when it opened up.
Quarterback appears to be changing the play. Dropping back. It's Nussmeier. Bringing pressure. Touchdown, LSU. As they claim the lead here in this playoff game.
Well, that's a thing of beauty right there. Good job all around. Offensive line gave the quarterback enough time. Quarterback puts it right on the money. And with this receiver running a route like this, makes it pretty simple. All you have to do is get his head turned around, catch that football. He's already in the end zone for the touchdown.
Kickoff team out there, they are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. Bringing it out. It's Sategna. He's got some daylight turning on the speed. Gets some blocks. Still going. It's a foot race. Yes, all the way to the house. Touchdown. A kick return for a touchdown in a playoff game. This stadium has come alive.
How badly does this guy and this unit want to get to the national championship? This is huge and a game-changing moment that I think we may be looking back at as a turning point in the game. Great blocks and great speed there for the touchdown.
He thought about returning it, but instead takes a knee. It'll be a touchback, and they'll start at the 25. And the first play of the drive now from the 25. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. Short pass finds the tight end. Big man finally brought down by the quarterback. That was a tough assignment.
Well, this is what coaches love to see. A quarterback with the ability to read the defense properly and then just get it to the open man. Sometimes it sounds simple, but it's tough to execute. This time we have good recognition by the quarterback. Then he gets it down to the tight end. You can see what he can do after the catch.
Looking downfield, it's Nussmeier. On the move now. Didn't see anybody open, just throws it away. That's not going to bring out the third down.
Man, the defense took everything away from him. What do you expect him to do? He can't force the ball into traffic and potentially throw the interception. Does a good job of getting out of the pocket, away from the pressure. Just throw the ball away. See what happens on this next down.
They'll try to pick up the third down yardage on the ground.
Well, that's mano-a-mano right there. Offensive line knowing exactly their assignment, getting a hat on a hat, and that back threw just exactly where he needed to go to extend this drive. That's a first down.
LSU getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. And the quarterback drops back looking for an open man. The sure hands. It's Anderson. They keep the drive going. It's a first down to the 46.
Well, it's a game of matchups. Always has been and it always will be, especially on the perimeter. And the quarterback believes his guy is better than their guy.
This LSU offense is moving quickly down the field. Here comes a first down pass attempt. Looking to scramble. And he'll heave the ball deep down that right side. Deep ball is caught for a huge gain here. Oh, and he hits out of bounds after a really nice gain there. Big guys up front lined up. It's first down. Toss play. Back heads to his right. And they'll force him out of bounds after a short run. We've got a good one in our hands, which we'll hope for in a playoff game as we begin the second period. Here we go. First play of the quarter. Offense setting up for a second down play. Quarterback making some changes at the line. It's a quick grab. Touchdown, LSU. Strong game by this quarterback.
This guy is starting to prove that he is a mismatch for this defense. Second touchdown of the day, and a great job by the coordinator continuing to find unique ways to get this guy on one-on-one opportunities for touchdowns.
So after putting up a touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. And he fields it inside the 15. And he'll be tackled at the 27. That's where the drive will start.
And the Oklahoma offense will take over. 1st and 10.
And the first play of the drive now set up at the 27. He'll hand it off. Going absolutely nowhere. That'll be a loss on the back.
What makes a really good counterplay is selling it to the defense. So you're going to go one way and then handing it off in the opposite direction. But if you don't sell it, you're just giving the defense more time to see what's going on. They can come up and make the tackle, just like you saw there.
Rough start to the drive. They lose 4. Makes it now 2nd down and 14. That one falls incomplete. Looking for a flag. Doesn't get it. Brings up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
They come to the line. A long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. Now in 3rd and very long, looking to throw. Running back grabs it on a screen.
Well, that screen play can be a little tricky if the blocks up front don't develop, and now they got to figure out what to do here on 4th down.
And the Sooners will bring their punt team on the field now. They're going to kick it away for the 2nd time. Trying to return the punt for some extra yardage. He's brought down, but a good effort to make something of that return. So first play of the drive coming here. They'll start at their own 49. To throw, it's Nussmeier. It's a short completion to the big tight end. They get him down quickly, not much of a gain on that completion.
And there's the tight end who shows off his hands.
That completion makes it second and medium. Here's that defense shifting again. Using the ground game here. Tailback has the handoff. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain.
Well, I thought he might shake through there. He's able to break one tackle, but give credit to the secondary. Good job of coming up and run support.
Important third down play coming up. Out of the gun now on third down. Lets it fly to the wideout. Pop over the middle. It's Watkins. Tackle made after a big gain. Ball moves to the 21.
You know, we talked this week with the offensive coordinator about what makes this receiver so special. He kept referring to his route running. Here's an example of that. Great route, enough separation to give the quarterback a nice lane to throw the football.
LSU is now operating in the red zone. Quarterback wants to throw it on second down. Pass tipped to the line of scrimmage. That's a great play by the defense.
In college football today, the quarterbacks get rid of the ball often so fast that this is a great example for young players on the defensive line. If you can't get to the quarterback, watch their eyes and try to get your hands up so when the ball comes, you can knock it away.
Trying to create here on the move. Touchdown, Tigers. Still no answer for this offensive machine. Well, the call was sort of predictable, Kirk, but that tight end is just so tough to stop down here in the red zone.
Listen, speaking on behalf of all quarterbacks, you get down into the red zone, you're looking for that big target that you can trust. He's going to run a good route, and he's got a big wingspan to allow you to make a throw up into the air. He can go up and make a catch over most defenders. Really good execution. They come up with 6.
And he stopped at the 18. Returner tried to make a play, but a touchback would have been a better idea.
Offense will take over. First and 10.
Offense out there for the first play of this drive from the 18. Dropping back, it's Mateer. Here's a screen pass to the running back. And the tackle is made. The screen pass there produces a solid gain.
Good time here to drop this screen into the offensive coordinator, and a nice job by the running back being able to pick up some positive yards here on this play.
We'll go with the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. They tackle him. Looks like it's going to be just short of the mark, inches away.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense is countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage and not give up big run plays.
The Sooners lining up here on 1st and 10. Keeps it on the draw.
Boy, draws and screens are a great way to counter an effective pass rush. Allow those defensive ends to get upfield and then hand it off at the last second.
It's the 2-minute timeout. This offense running out of time to cut into this lead before the break. Second down play coming up. They're going to run it. Mack gets the carry. 0 running room. Stop right at the line of scrimmage.
That back just had nowhere to go. Got to give credit to the defense and their run fits on that play.
Offense facing a 3rd and short from the 41. Can they make the first down and avoid a tricky 4th down decision? He escapes the pocket. On the move, but can't find the receiver, and he's brought down.
Good pressure here by this defense, but it felt like the quarterback held onto the ball a little bit too long to come up with that sack for the D.
Head coach keeps the punt team on the sidelines for 4th down. Looking downfield, it's Mateer. Looks over the middle, and that's complete. They've got him, but they convert on 4th down. The drive keeps going.
This coach isn't holding anything back today. Plenty of time left, and the confidence to go for it is very telling of the faith he has in his guys.
Inside give now from the shotgun. A solid 8-yard gain brings up a 2nd and 2.
Another positive run on 1st and 10. You know, it's early on in this drive, but this defense has not shown the ability to stop the run. If I'm the offensive coordinator, I just keep running the football until they prove they can stop it.
And led out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for a 1st down.
Chris, I just love to see this offensive line in this running game able to establish themselves. This back is already over 50 yards. We're in the first half, so really good job of establishing the run game. Opens up the play action, opens up one-on-one opportunities. Just keep winning the battle up front.
The Sooners are going to cash in this red zone trip. Using his legs, it's Ott. They've got him in the backfield, nowhere to run. They'll lose a yard on the play.
Well, you see this with a lot of backs. There's a tendency to want to try to bounce it to the outside. Now, sometimes the play calls for it, but you know the coaches are telling them to follow the blockers and execute the plan.
Grab down the middle. It's Gibson. And a timeout is called. Important stage late here in the 2nd quarter.
Good job here by this offense coming up with this 1st down on that 3rd down play. They knew they're going to have to deal with a lot of pressure, did their job, gave the quarterback time. They convert, and listen, you're down early in this game. Every possession matters. You need points on this drive, and they're able to have that chance now with that conversion.
Fights through the tackle. Defense stops him, but that's a solid gain.
Chris, it's the consistency of this back is giving this defense fits. They've got to come up with some changes up front. This guy's already over 50 yards, and if he keeps running the way he is, not only is he having a great day, but it's going to give this quarterback a chance to hit some big plays downfield off play action.
The offense comes back out there. Not much time left. Perhaps just time for a couple plays before the half. Scanning the field. It's Mateer. Oh, and he dropped it. The would-be touchdown could not come up with the football. Now it's 4th down. So a timeout is called. Just a few seconds left here in the 1st half. So they won't take a shot at the end zone. Out comes the field goal team trying to get 3 before the end of the half. Knocks that one right down the middle.
Well, they almost put a touchdown on the board, but instead they come away with 3 points.
So here's the kickoff now. Offense settling in for 3, tacking on a little bit of momentum before the halftime break. And he'll just take a knee. Drive will start at the 25-yard line. Time enough for one more play in the half. Keeping it on the ground here. Breaks free. And he'll be brought down, and that will wrap up the 1st half of play. And that will do it for the 1st half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update. And the Sooners will kick this away to start the 2nd half. Fielded in the end zone. It's Thomas. Tackled at the 14. Not very good field position to start here. Here's the first play of the drive now. They're backed up at their own 14. They get the 2nd half started with their running play. He's got the first and still going. It's a nice game. They move the football up to the 27.
Look at this offensive line paved the way for this back on this huge run. This is the way you come out to start the 2nd half, working with a lead.
1st down and 10 now. Looks like the QB is changing the play at the line. To throw, it's Nussmeier. And he's going to take a shot down the left side. And it's hauled in. What a catch. And he takes it all the way. They couldn't stop him. Touchdown, LSU. This quarterback told us this is my time to shine. A playoff game. He has gone out and backed that up so far.
Yeah, he's done everything that's been asked of him and more. Just a great job of getting into a rhythm. Really tough to defend. Right now, the defensive coordinator, you can see him down there. He's throwing his headset. He's frustrated. He's got to come up with some new wrinkles to try to slow this guy down.
Could be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there.
And the Oklahoma offense will take over. First and 10.
Offense out there for the first play of this drive from the 18. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. To screen pass complete to the running back. And he never had a chance. Tackled in the backfield.
You know, he had nobody open downfield because of great coverage there by this defense. But what I love to see is how they run to the ball. He checks it down, and this guy's got nowhere to go. It's a big loss.
Looking to pass here on 2nd down. Moves out of the pocket. Sacked. It's a loss back to the 6.
And just like that, you squeeze the life out of this offense. That's another sack by this defense. They have been in that backfield the entire game, and a big reason why these guys are enjoying a lead.
Fires it to the wideout. Catch is made down the middle. They make the stop just short of the marker. It's going to be 4th down and inches to go.
Great job by this defense of tackling in space. They are going to keep him short of the 1st down marker, and a big decision for this head coach on whether or not to go for it or punt it away.
And it's broken up nicely. A defensive stop and a turnover on downs.
Chris, I totally understand why they would go for this here at this point in the game. You're down by 3 scores. We're in the 2nd half. They felt the pressure with the possession that they had, the field position that they had. They needed to make something happen. Unfortunately, not able to come through.
And that Bayou Bengals offense is back out on the field. Back to throw. It's Nussmeier. Grab near the sticks. It's Watkins. And he's tackled, but only after picking up a 1st down.
Just much like we saw in the 1st half, this quarterback can put the ball right on the money. Now, you know the defensive coordinator at halftime spent all the time he could with it.
Touchdown, LSU. They continue to roll up the score. Now, just a brilliant game from this quarterback. With a spot in the natty and the line, you need your guy to step up, and this guy has delivered so far today, Kurt.
You know, it's just everything coming together. The preparation that he put in leading into this game, the offense doing their job of taking care of him, the receivers running good routes. Everything right now is clicking for this offense and this quarterback.
Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. That one sails out of the back of the end zone at the touchback. First play of the drive, looking to throw the football. Looking for the wideout. What a catch! Tackle made at the 37. That's a solid game.
The quarterback was selling that he was going to throw the ball downfield, and I think the defense fell for it. Instead, he goes to the curl route, and I think it really caught this defense off guard.
Brought down after a solid run by the senior.
You know, a lot of people feel running backs with elite speed shy away from contact, but that wasn't the case there. Instead of running around the defender, this back elected to run right through him.
Back-to-back chunk plays to begin the drive. The defense on their heels. And at 1st down, they go right back to him.
Defense does a really nice job here of being able to contain that run game, helping us with 2 yards. Chris, to me, this changes the playbook a little bit now for the offense. The guy calling the plays at 2nd and 8, that's a different deal. Now he's got to probably thinking about going through the air instead of staying on the ground.
Running out of time in the pocket. And they hit him just as he releases the ball. It's incomplete.
Man, he got crushed there, didn't he, Chris? And we know this guy is their superstar. He's their leader. But based on that last play, this offensive line's got to do a better job of recognizing that they got to take care of him.
They're backed up here, trying to make something happen on 3rd and long. Dropping back, it's Ncaa. That one is incomplete. The defender was right there, and it brings up 4th down now.
What a hit there on 3rd down. The timing was perfect, and now we got a big 4th down play.
The offense trailing here in the 2nd half. This is a crucial 4th down try. Quarterback drops back, probing the secondary. And it falls incomplete. A turnover on downs. Big play for this defense. And they'll run this play from the pistol formation. First down, looking to throw the ball. He's going for a big play downfield. Oh, he dropped it. Can you believe it? A huge gain slips through his hands.
What a hit there by the defender. Tough for the receiver to hold on to the football, but he has that kind of contact.
Five wide. QB tries it again here on 2nd and 10. Oh, look, he's chucking it deep again. Oh, that one's picked off. Look out, he's in the clear. Across the 40. And he steps out of bounds after the great pick. A solid return to set up his offense.
Wow, a risky call by the offensive coordinator, playing with the lead in the playoff in the 2nd half, throwing the football. I don't disagree with it, but now you give this defense a chance to create a turnover, and they capitalize here with the pick.
Receiver brought down after a short pitch and catch. Made the catch, but he was surrounded for not much room to run.
They did a really good job that time of leveraging him out in space. I thought he might have a chance to be able to shake loose because he is...
Oh, they trap him for a sack.
Well, that takes the wind right out of your sails. This offense is trying to find a way to get back into this game, and another pressure and a sack against their quarterback.
Scanning the field, it's Ncaa. Incomplete. It was in as he threw the football there on 3rd down.
Chris, this offensive coordinator is going to have to adjust. We've seen hits and sacks and pressure on this quarterback all game long. They've got to find a solution to create more time for the quarterback to be able to throw the football, or maybe completely overhaul and change what they're doing on offense.
Still down by double digits in the 3rd quarter. They're going to go for it on 4th down. And he'll set up to throw. And it's incomplete under heavy pressure. Big 4th down stop.
This is the chance you take here as an offensive coordinator and a play caller. You go for it here, you draw it up perfectly, you think this is the right play, and then the execution is not there. So the defense...
Trying to find room. It's Durham.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound, and it's really solid defense on that play.
Second down after that run on the previous play. There's the snap. They'll set up to throw. Looking for his big tight end. He's got it with room to run.
Another big play by this offense, and it continues to be the pass game between the offensive line, the receivers running good routes, and this quarterback making really accurate throws. They are dynamic and a tough offense to stop.
Another chunk play. This offense is really clicking. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. That's reeled in. It's Brown. Tackle is finally made down at the 11-yard line.
Man, and with that completion right there, this quarterback now has gone over 300 yards in this game. What a day.
Trying to run. It's Durham. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Chris, textbook job by the defense surrounding the runner and preventing that play from being bounced to the outside.
Coming to the line on second down. This is important. They want to avoid a third and long. Back to throw. It's Nussmeier. Launching one to the end zone. And he makes the catch. Touchdown, Tigers.
This receiver is putting on a show today. That is 3 trips to the end zone already. And based on how this defense is playing against him, this may not be the last time we see him in the end zone today.
Kickoff team out there. They are fired up after just scoring a touchdown.
Oklahoma, 10.
He'll return it from inside the 10-yard line. And the return man brought down. That's decent yardage on that return.
The Oklahoma offense will take over. First and 10.
And they begin the drive here, set up at the 30. First down, looking to throw the football. Makes the catch. It's Burks. And he runs out of bounds. That's a big gainer there. They bring him down, but the junior quarterback showing off the cannon. The offense will line up. Chance for a couple more plays before the end of the quarter. Past the 40. Gets some space around the 30. Nobody can bring him down. You make the tackle, but he gains enough to make the first down of what should be the last play of the third quarter.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score.
So here we go. First play of the quarter. The offense has a first down. Keeps it. QB draw. Runner finally brought down, but at the 5-yard line, defense getting pushed back here.
Well, much like what we saw in the first half, Chris, in this playoff game, no adjustments. Go right back to giving his running back the football. He's had a monster day and continues to get positive yards.
To keeper. Stop right at the line. This is a stubborn defense backed up against the goal line.
Chris, I just don't know about short gains like this, especially keeping the ball on the ground. The clock keeps moving. They need points on that scoreboard in a hurry. Got to throw the football. You cannot afford to allow this clock to keep ticking.
Looking to throw. It's Mateer. Caught near the goal line. They finally stop him, but that gain is good for a first and goal.
Good job by this offensive line and a great throw by the quarterback to get that first down there on third down. It's exactly what they needed to do.
And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Oklahoma.
You know, today's not been their day, but the thing you can always hang your hat on is these guys are still competing. They come up with a touchdown here late in the fourth quarter. Can use that as hopefully some momentum into next week.
No problem. PAT right down the middle. So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away.
42, Oklahoma, 17.
And he'll lead the kickoff right there. We'll start from the 25. In the first play of the drive now from the 25. Looking to throw it on first down. Fires it to the wideout. Wide open downfield. Tackle made, but a big play all the way to the 48.
And they're already up big in this game, and now they're taking shots downfield. They're just looking to pour it on right now. Still throwing the football and vertical shots to boot.
And looking to throw now on first down. Catch made in space. Look out. They finally stop him. Big play. Moves the ball to the 22.
You know, they've got a lead here late in the game, and the play calling, I think, shows you how much confidence they have in this quarterback. He's had a pretty clean game today, and this decision to still throw the ball with the lead shows you that they believe he's going to make the right decisions and make the accurate throws.
4 set of bounds after a nice game. The offense is knocking on the door with a first and goal.
And I've really enjoyed watching this guy play all year, and it's been great to see him in person today, making good decisions, accurate throws, and keeping this offense moving.
On the move now. And it's incomplete. Even on a first down throw, he was under some heavy pressure.
Hey, I get that passing the football has had a lot to do with you building up this big lead, but at this point in the game, man, take care of your players, get them out of here healthy, run the football, and get out with a win.
So getting nothing on first down makes it 2nd and goal from the 8. To the air, it's Nussmeier. He's got it right near the end zone. Defense makes the saving tackle at the 3.
That completion gets him a little closer. Quick decisions needed here, especially with 3rd down coming up.
Now it's 3rd and goal. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. This one's going to fall incomplete. Brings up 4th down.
Interesting call here, Chris, to throw the ball on 3rd and short. Unable to... for the first down. Now here at 4th down, you got a big decision to make. Do you kick the field goal just to add to the lead, or maybe go for this here with a chance to drop the hammer?
Now the offense will call a timeout. Something the coach didn't like about this. Crucial play coming up. And the field goal unit coming on the field now. They'll set up for the chip shot on the left hash mark. Oh, and he knocks it right through. And that will extend their lead even further.
And that one, my gosh, I mean, it's almost too easy. Nice kick.
So after adding to this big lead, they'll set to kick it away. Bringing it out, it's Tatum. Ball spotted at the 18-yard line. Should have just taken a knee. Offense out there for the first play of this drive from the 18. And he keeps it. And he will be stuffed for no gain.
Well, you almost feel bad for the running back here. There's just nowhere to go. He ends up trying to bounce it to get to the outside on the draw, but the defense covered up all the gaps and made that impossible. It's another nice job by this defense. Looking to throw. It's Mateer. He escapes the pocket. He cannot escape. It's a sack. What a day for this defense, just living in the backfield of the offense. The game looks like it's all but over at this point, and for them to disrupt this great quarterback all day has been quite an accomplishment. So here comes 3rd and long. Giving up that sack has made this a real challenge for the offense. It's the tight end who makes the catch. Moves his way for a first down to the 35. He reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense facing some serious urgency, trying to come up with a miracle late here. The Sooners will line up on 1st and 10. The shotgun running play call. Boy, positive yards there on 1st and 10. Good job up front by that offensive line. Good hard running by this running back. And now you got a lot of options. That playbook can really open up on 2nd and inches. Saints now back another carry. They test the middle of the defense, but get nothing. Boy, the interior of that defensive line holds the point and allows the rest of the defense to rally to the football to bring up this 3rd down. Going to pick up the 3rd and short through the air.
Heads out of bounds after a solid gain.
Really good job here of converting by this offense. And let's face it, at this point in the game, because they have such a big hole to climb out of, they've got to be able to convert and come up with a new set of downs. They do it here. Now they got a real shot to cut into this lead.
Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
My gosh, this offensive line's got to do a better job of blocking. The defense was zeroed in on the ball carrier and absolutely nowhere to go for the offense.
And he goes nowhere. Stop pull behind the line of scrimmage.
Chris, that play just didn't have much of a chance at all from the snap. Quarterback hands this off and just nowhere to go. It's almost like the defense was anticipating the play call, and they put themselves in a position to come up with a nice tackle for a loss.
Slides to avoid the big hit.
Chris, watch him work through his progressions here. Finds the first and the second option aren't there. By the third option, he's got to pull it down and try to pick up some positive yards, of which he did, and then he slides down to avoid the big hit.
Defense cannot get off the field. The long drive continues. Now they'll switch it up, looking to throw the ball here. With the catch, it's Gibson. They stop the receiver, but that's a solid gain on that play. 11th play of this grinding drive here in the playoff game. 3rd down and short. To throw, it's Mateer. Looking for his big tight end. Pass incomplete under heavy pressure. Just got it away.
Boy, this offense has really struggled today, Chris, when it comes to throwing the football. They have dug themselves a huge hole. They're not going to have any chance of coming back. And I think one thing about this is
he's got it, and that is enough for a first down. Finally get him way down at the 2. Nice pitch and catch.
Boy, the defense is in the right coverage here. Looked like they have exactly what they wanted to be able to come up with a stop here on 4th down. But there's the timing between a quarterback and the receiver.
And he muscles into the end zone. Touchdown, Sooners.
It's not going to make much of a difference today, but it can be a subtle positive takeaway for a team getting beat down like this, and it demonstrates resilience. You want to see this fight from your team in this kind of situation.
Point after, not right through. Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. So no return here. He takes it in the end zone, and they'll begin the drive at the 25. Wasn't alert enough, didn't get the playoff. That'll cost him 5 yards. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. From the shotgun now, here's a handoff inside. And they try the middle, but stuck for no gain.
No gain on the play. 2nd down.
Here's the 2nd down play. Quarterback adjusting now to the defense. This one falls incomplete as time expires. Well, that's a great performance in a pressure moment, but now the job gets even more exciting, even bigger as they go on to the national championship game and play for that trophy.
And this is a new era. I mean, think about the weeks, the amount of games that these guys have been able to play and be able to accomplish this, to get to the national championship. That says everything about the endurance of this football team, both mentally and physically, when they get one more hurdle to see if they can become the national champs.
And that's going to wrap it up. The loser starts the offseason. The winner moves on. And so do we. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler. And this has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.
Bye.